Well, we finally got him. First thing I got to say on tape is I take back every bad thing I ever said about Jason's terrible bugling.
Thank you. This is the second bull in 6 years I've called in.
I usually never let him touch the bugle. But everything worked good this time. When you're bow hunting on these, everything kind of needs to work good, and this time it did. You know, we seen him last night. We slept up on the ridge this morning. We had to cross a couple ridges to get here. We knew we went into that draw. When we got here, we had to find out which of these draws. It's all burned and it's real brushy. Jason bugled once. We got an answer. We got to see him. We knew where he was. We had to sneak up across some real brushy draws. And this one actually was kind of a combination of two styles. Instead of just sneaking up, or instead of just bugling, we kind of did a combination. We knew where he was. Jason set up in a spot where he could see what was going on and get some video. And I snuck down on the bull, and I crossed this creek and got down where I was about 40 yards away from him, but he was in the brush, and I didn't think I could get any closer. So I just, kind of waved at Jason to blow his bugle, and he blew his bugle, and it worked perfect. The bull got up, walked right out into the open to bugle back at Jason and holler back at that bull. And that's kind of what the original plan was, believe it or not, the whole time, was that if I could sneak down there, we would do that. And that's what happened. And when Jason bugled, that bull just came, he walked right over and bugled at Jason and gave me a 30-yard shot.
So here I just bugled at this bull. And when I did, he immediately locked onto me. And I wasn't able to get my head back behind the camera to look through the viewfinder and again to follow him. So you're going to see him approach the left side of the screen and eventually walk out of it when Joe takes his shot.
In slow motion, you'll be able to see this arrow shoot through this bull. I was sure of that first shot, but I was surprised when he only jumped forward a couple of feet. That was the second shot, which you can see the broadhead barely sticking out as he turns here. And as long as he kept standing there giving me the opportunity, I kept flinging arrows. I was real surprised that this bull went the 100 yards or so that he did, given that all three of those were killing shots. And thanks, brother.
Yeah, awesome,
we've been doing this. We've been doing this for quite a while, and we've been trying to get some good footage along the way and doing it. We've been having a good time.
It's tough,
and,
but it can work out.
It is. We've had so many things go wrong. I mean, when you're out here, this is a public lands bull. This isn't a private land ranch that nobody else hunts. This is public land, and this is an over-the-counter archery tag. It is a draw unit for rifle, but they give out quite a few tags. It's really remote and rugged is what.
It's very rough. It's some of the roughest terrain in the state.
Yeah, it's got to be in the lower 48. It's got to be some of the roughest country that a guy could hunt. And anyway, it's hard on us. It's fun. Sometimes we get crabby, but we got it to pay off. Right now, we got a long ways to go with this bull, and we got a lot of work. It's still early on Tuesday. I'd say if we get this thing out late Wednesday night, we'll be doing good.
We're looking at, say, 5.5 miles. We need to pack all the morsels out of here and back to camp. So we're going to film as we go. None of the other videos seem to do that. And I think that's why, because they have a gate hidden behind the camera somewhere.
Well, I think it's hard to get video on public land. A lot of the videos are on private ranches and stuff, and or they have horses, or horses are a godsend if you got them. If you don't, it's your back.
Yeah.
But
we don't have horses.
Yeah. Got an ass. I can't say that. You just bugle me and bull. But no. That's my brother. I had to say that. But no, we. Fortunately, though, he's stubborn like one. Otherwise, we wouldn't still be here. Well, we stopped here in the middle of Gutton just to kind of point out something that a guy don't think about a lot of times, and that's it. When you're bow hunting, especially in any animal, because you don't know its history. We found this in here, and that's a good way to cut the crap out of you. This was the third shot, which must have hit that leg bone on the far side, and it didn't go all the way through. All three shots did hit this elk. We found the entrance and exit holes. Two of them shot clean through. And this was the one that did not shoot clean through. This was the third and final shot. When he spun around and was still there, I hit him in that front shoulder. It went through lungs, and it must have hit something on the far side that didn't let it go through. But, I mean, he's got holes in his liver, he's got holes in his lungs. He wasn't going anywhere. I'm surprised that he went the 100 yards he did, and I'm surprised that, you know, anyway. They was all killing shots, it looks like. But that's something to be careful of, because that'll just cut the crap out of you. And I know a guy he shot something with a rifle, and when he was cleaning it, he found a broadhead in it, and found it by cutting the crap out of his finger. So that's something to keep in mind when you're gutting them. I'm going to save that broadhead because it's Wednesday morning of the second week. It's the second day of our elk packing. Oh God, I don't know what you call it. Our elk packing. Adventure. Anyway, we killed the elk up in that canyon right there to the left of that ridge you can see, in between that real rugged one and that grassy one on the right. Once we got him boned out, which took a few hours, we got him all boned out in meat bags. The only bones we're packing are the horns and the skull. It took us an hour and a half per trip to get him down here to the creek to our left, which is where it spent the night. By the time we got done making those 3 trips, set up our little tent here, it was about midnight 30. About 5. Well, we got about 5:30. It's probably getting on 6 now. We're getting ready to get out of here. But from we're getting ready to start. To our left here is this creek. I don't know if you can hear it or not. We're in the background, but this creek, which we see a lot of bear in, but we were checking on that meat up till midnight. You know, every time we'd bring a trip, we'd check on the other stuff. Never saw any sign that we did see some bear up the creek a ways, but or sound some cubs, but we never really saw much down there, and it's only been about 6 hours, so we're hoping for the best there. We don't anticipate getting done today, because it's gonna be a 3-trip deal. And that's about as gross a thing as you'll ever see right there. Jason eating his chili mac for breakfast that he didn't eat last night. And that's gross. There ought to be law against that. But anyway, that's where we are. We're just getting started. We're gonna we were gonna do a little video of packing out last night, but we didn't because we were trying to hustle up and get that meat down into the creek to cool it off. And then it got dark on us, so we didn't fool with the camera at all. Today, once the meat's cooled down, that's the big part of it. It's in the bags away from flies. It's initially cooled down. It'll stay cool pretty good now. So we'll take a little bit of time to video it. And like I said, we don't think we'd get out by daylight anyway. We think we'd be crossing the river in the dark at best, which we're not going to do. The third load's the one we're going to do our video on, just because we took the 2 heaviest ones first, and this one's kind of a lighter load. We figured we'd be more apt to do a little video on the way out. But anyway, Jason's tying that last one up. How you doing, man?
Doing alright.
You look like you're bald with the sun shining off your head.
Firstly, I'd have killed the smaller one.
But we're not taking them all the way at once. We're leapfrogging them the next creek bed over. It doesn't have water in it, but at least it's cool.
It's about 24 hours since when you shot him, isn't it?
Pretty close. Pretty close. And we won't get them out today, but we're doing about a 2-hour leapfrog here.